Hello and welcome to Becca Has a Shutdown. So this happened the other week and I thought I'd talk you guys through what I do after a shutdown. Usually when I'm dissociated, I go for my hair. It's the first thing I do, and I do those circular motions. For anyone who doesn't know what a shutdown is, it is essentially the inverse of a meltdown. That's the best way I can describe it. And I just get overstimulated and I just need to isolate myself. The first things I actively do is like weight a blanket and stuff, but all that right after felt too intimate to share. So this is sort of the, I'm starting to get my brain together. And now I'm actively trying to get myself back, and I will have a drink, usually something bitter like a lemon drink or something really sugary like Coke, always with ice because cold is a really big sensory thing for me. And if I don't have the cold in the drink, apparently I don't like water. And ice lollies, we always have ice lollies because they are the first thing I want when I've had a shutdown or I'm going into a shutdown. I just crave really cold things or really, really spicy things. So, ice lollies are the best. But this is usually at the point where I'm getting cognitive again and I can speak a little bit. Usually, if I have a shutdown, I go mute. Mutism is a major thing I personally struggle with. So I try not to even try for the first while after to talk because I don't want to make myself feel worse if I can't. So this is just the first part. Ice rollers are my best friend. I get way too hot. I get way too hot when I have a shutdown. It is like my body temperature is always the first thing to go. So here's me having the best time ever with an ice roller. Like, it's just best purchase I ever made was that ice roller when it comes to my shutdowns. I highly recommend it. And I'll just put it anywhere sensitive near my face in particular, so my neck, and just try and regulate the body temperature. And apparently my neck was sore, which makes sense because it's always sore. And then back to the hair, because the sensory wise, my hair is a really big issue for me. Sometimes I can't sleep because my hair just feels wrong. And I have it with the hair on my head. I have it with hair all over my body. So for me, doing this is a good way to sort of bring my brain back down, even though it looks really dumb. And I look really dumb. And if I'm tired, I notice I do this without realizing it. So people just look at me and I'll just be like putting my hands in circles in my hair. And I feel very embarrassed because it's sort of a subconscious thing that I don't really realize I'm doing. So that is always fun. And I look exhausted. You can really tell I'm out of it. I'm trying the water again though. I'm proud. I will say there's some light flashing going on because I am watching a FNAF video. I don't want to talk about it. These under eye patches also good because they're really, really cold and I can just sort of sit and fidget with it as I pull my brain back. And I always watch something I've watched a million times before because I need that stability and I need to know what's going to happen. And for me, on that night in particular with FNAF, oh my god, look how dissociated I am. Am I even blinking? I'm not even blinking. Wow, that's really fucking... Oh, these Mew Mews, everybody. Wow, round of applause. Isn't she cute? She is not helpful at all when I'm like this. She doesn't care. She just wants attention and love and cuddles. And then I got food. I got spicy food and then cucumbers and vinegar because when I am dissociated, I want really spicy or really... There's Mew Mew again, making it about her. Not helpful at all. To be fair, it helps me get on my dissociation though, because she is literally pulling me out, because if I don't come out of it, she's probably gonna fucking kill herself. Vibes, everybody, vibes. We're looking at something. So yeah, I'll eat something that's really strong in flavor, and that just helps bring my brain back. I am very sensory seeking when it comes to the taste of food, but not the texture. I need to know the texture before going into it. Did I cry the other month because we changed the rice and it was a little bit longer than the other rice and no one warned me? Yes, it was overwhelming. My rice always tastes the same. Why didn't anyone tell me? It was fine, but I kind of want to be warned. And if there's Mew Mew. Once again, everybody. Mew Mew, everybody. Wow. At least I'm drinking water. You know what? We're going to take some credit where credit is due, which is me drinking water for once. Back to the rice. Rice is a safe food for me. If I'm having a day where I'm struggling, I will eat rice. It is just the best. All that food was already cooked and in the fridge. I just had to heat it up. I always have enough for extra meals, just in case something like this happens. There I am playing Overwatch because I did not want to think. So I played Overwatch for the next little while. Overwatch is such a boring game. It is so consistent. Like, you always know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get some weirdo in the chat. You're gonna get probably someone who forgot to turn their mic on making really weird noises that you're kind of concerned about, and you kind of hope they're okay. And then the odd time there'll be a girl with a girly name, and I have a very girly name, and I'm just like, hi, and they're like, hi, and like, that's about it. So, I just played Overwatch for the next while to just sort of bring myself back down. The video game changes. For quite a while it was Stardew, but then for whatever reason Stardew didn't hit. Also, I do believe here I'm listening to an audiobook. I believe that's when I started the Court of Thorn and Roses, or is it Roses and Thorns? I don't know. So I'll be listening to something just to sort of bring my brain back down. I'm also just wearing like a tank top and like some workout shorts because once again I get way too hot, so I'm just trying to regulate the body heat, and having a fabric chair isn't really helpful with that. So that's one of the reasons I don't wear a lot of clothes. People think it's because I want to be like provocative in some way. It's because I can't regulate my body temperature. So that's what I do to regulate it. And then here I am reading an actual book, laying in bed. And you're thinking, Becca, if you're regulating your body temperature, why are you wearing fluffy socks? Because my feet were turning blue. So I knew that the body temperature I was feeling wasn't correct. But that's why they're on, because I didn't want my feet to turn blue and numb and paralyzed. Mew Mew's on the bed sleeping. Very cute. Look at her little tail. She's like, Becca, why are you here? Why are you here? This is my bed. So here we are just reading. This is a very common thing though. I do this most days where it's just like bonding with Mew Mew. We just like sit together and I read and she wags her tail like a dog and it's great. But reading doesn't always help. I kind of have to wait till I get my brain back before I can read. You can see my tattoo there. I have a tattoo. Also, look at me cuddling with the Mew Mews. Isn't she cute? And here I'm really getting back to myself because I was able to read. That is like a big sign. It's like, okay, I feel regulated again, because when I'm deregulated, concentrating is not my friend. It really isn't. Oh, there's violence. There's drama. Drama. No, oh, that was a high five. That was a high five. Wow, what an amazing, talented cat. That is. Oh, that was an attack. That was drama for sure. Drama that I did not incite. Totally did not try and annoy her at all whatsoever. Never. Me? No. She's so cute. I love Mimi so much. She's the best. Honestly, even with how annoying she is, she does help me get out of my... And she fell off the bed. Wonderful. Talented. Amazing. Never been done before. And here we have the wonderful Mew Mew. We got a little up close. And yeah, that is the video. I just wanted to sort of talk through what an after shutdown looked for me. And yeah, let me know if you guys do anything different, if you are a fellow autistic person. But that is all. I will see you around the internet.